Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Knight's Ransom. So we have a small little update for those of you viewing from home. We have 3 episodes left. That's it. Tonight, next week, and the week after. Due to some IRL complications from the party, we are going to have to streamline this a little bit. So we may be running a little bit later than normal, and it definitely doesn't help that we started a little bit later today. We are missing a player tonight, as my mom is in Portugal, and will be in Portugal for the next 2 weeks, so she won't be here this week or next week. Don't forget that we do have merch, if you do !merch in chat, as well as our Discord, which is !Discord. We'd like to thank our sponsors, that is D&D Beyond, that is D, the letter N, D, Beyond.com, as well as Effects May Vary, a local band here in Toronto, and our patrons on Patreon, the chief of which that deserves a shout out. That is my mom. That being said, let's get into game. When we last left this particular group of adventurers, they're down 2 players, as 2 of them seem to have disappeared within the realm of puzzles that is this area. Alright. You have managed to get through... Hang on. You guys didn't get through this last wall, did you?
They were
no,
on
we were stopped
green.
Before.
You were on green. Okay.
Wall.
So to refresh, you have gotten through 3 of an unknown number of walls.
Okay. So what does the note at the green wall say?
For some, this is like mother's milk, but for most, it's dangerous and lethal. Being able to pass through without touching would be beneficial to all.
Being able to patch through.
Pass through. If you look in the
okay.
chat, like if you just look above, like where the chat tips are, I did type it in.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Cool.
So I'm gonna let you guys try and puzzle that out, and I'm gonna run and go grab a drink.
I'm at a complete loss.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we would pass through without touching. And I totally don't get the mother's milk reference. Or the dangerous and lethal reference.
Well, the last ones have had an elemental feel to them, haven't they? If I'm remembering correctly.
Let's see here. We went through a fire one. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm gonna be real stupid here. This wall's green.
What, it's acid?
Maybe?
No, you've already dealt with acid.
Ugh.
Poison.
Yes.
I have nothing to do with poison.
I might. Hold on. Oh, that got laggy. That was weird. Okay. Where? Trying to remember. Do we have? Are we still missing like our armors and weapons?
Sorry, repeat your question
I
here.
don't think so.
We got our armor and weapons back, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. How about like a component pouch?
Nope. Remember,
Anybody have an umbrella?
this is meant for you to try and figure out when you have nothing.
And it's a solid wall, not like
It is a solid wall. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a
okay.
solid wall.
Well, can we just break it down without touching it?
If you can tell me how you could do it, maybe.
Okay. Let's see here. What's the most sledgehammer-like weapon I can summon? What if I summon like a flail or a morning star and just kind of use it as a wrecking ball against the wall? I'm not touching it.
That would be correct. I think that might be possible.
Okay. I'm gonna summon a morning
Now,
star.
I am going to throw this out there. You can't always brute force your way through a wall.
Have you seen the party that is in this section?
I am
We are
aware.
absolutely brute
I
forcing
am
our way.
aware. I'm just reminding you that you
Wall.
can't always brute force your way through a wall.
No, sometimes you gotta pee on it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Just I felt like I needed to remind you that you can't always brute force your way through the wall. That's all.
Okay.
But yes, go ahead and roll the hit with the flail. 23 is good.
Excellent. Why is that? There we go. How on earth did I roll 3 damage? Oh, that's a 1 on the damage roll, and then the strength modifier. That's fantastic. I dealt 3 damage to the wall. Any effects?
Well, you've made a scratch.
I'm gonna try it like a few more times.
Yeah. You can keep the 20. I was gonna say you can keep the 23. You can just keep rolling the damage. You could just keep rolling damage. Because it's not like you're gonna miss.
What? It's gotta be a glitch,
I am
right?
so entertained right now.
I'm entertained as well, and I'm very curious as to why it's doing that.
That's gotta be a glitch.
That is
Hang on, let
4
me-
ones in a row.
I know.
Yeah.
Bruh, it's because you have it set to 1. What is a flail supposed to be?
What do you mean I have it set to 1?
Look at your character sheet. You have it set to 1 plus strength plus 1. What is a flail supposed to roll?
I'm pretty sure I just dragged and dropped this in. But I don't know what a flail is supposed to roll.
It looks like every gun that you've done, like everything you've done that for, is 1 plus something. Which is not correct.
It's amazing. It's a good
Oh
thing I
my
haven't used
God.
too much variance of weapons since I got the sword.
Although,
How
to be
have
fair,
we
probably
only
would've caught it
figured
sooner
this
if you
out
had.
now?
Because he doesn't use anything besides his dragon tooth longsword, like a fucking longsword player in Monster Hunter.
I mean, to be fair, would you?
No, I was a
It's
longsword
supposed to
player
be
too.
a 1d8.
I'm also a longsword player, so I got you. All right.
How do I make it
Now-
roll a 1d8?
Okay, now
you did it.
it should work. And then, okay, I actually rolled a 1 that time though.
Oh, there we go.
Jesus
You
Christ.
know, if it continued
That's
to be
amazing.
3s, I would have lost my shit.
Seriously, what a fantastic follow-up, though, that you immediately roll a 1.
Just to
Oh, that's
maintain
too
the
good.
streak. Oh my god. Fantastic. Okay, go ahead and did you roll a 3 again?
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, guys, this just isn't my weapon. Somebody else want to try this for a few swords?
Sure, give me it.
On.
I
It's
fucking
your
hold out my
fucking
hand, I
weapon.
don't say a word.
I don't think they can.
No, they absolutely can. I can summon it back to me if it's within 30 feet, or if it moves more than 30 feet away from me, it automatically disapparates.
Okay.
I open my hand. I just, for the handle, give me it.
I swear to God, if it's a 3,
Do not jinx me.
I am.
25 is good. Hey!
Yes!
Oh god.
I'm trying to imagine what this would have looked like as, like, watching them hit this barrier with this flail. Just like, tink, 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 tink.
Be like, I'll give you a spoon. It might be more effective.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I guess if it's a grapefruit spoon, they are sharpened. Technically, you might be able to summon one of those with your warlock shenanigans, but I don't think a regular spoon you could.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool if I could just summon, like, any handheld tool. Just be like, I'm always prepared.
Alright, so
Joey in the one
Sasha,
episode of Friends where he pulls the fork out of his pocket.
while Sasha is attempting to work his way through the wall.
Taking turns right now?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Want me to roll it again? It's a wall. At least it's not a 3.
At least it's not a 3. So as you do eventually manage to get a hole big enough for you to get through. Although, your issue may now be the fact that you need to get the hole big enough to fit yourselves through it.
Mm,
And you keep chipping away at the wall until you have made a hole big enough for all of you to get through. Now, your challenge for this one is going to be to get through it. I need an athletics check.
well, who rolled? 14? Nice.
So it'll be Monric, Karasef, and Sasha.
Oh, did Sasha make it through?
Well, you guys did eventually manage to bust through the wall. Now you just gotta get through it without touching it.
Right, that's what it did. Sasha make it through? I don't think we were all trying to squeeze
14.
through at one. Okay.
Oh, no, I figured you were just going one at a time. That's why I was like, the 14 is good.
Gotcha. Okay.
The 12, not so much.
Did I find the spot that's just right?
No. The DC was 14.
Okay. So, Monric and I touched it?
Yep. And I
Are
need
we
you to give me,
okay?
a... Since you touched it, I need you guys to give me a dexterity saving throw, I guess.
Oh, I didn't mean to take that at advantage. So I guess I rolled definitely not the nat 20 that Monric just got.
Well, Monric, you're going to take 20 points of damage. Karasef, you're taking 41.
I think that's the most damage I've taken in a hit so far. I still had temporary hit points.
All right. The next wall in front of you is blue.
Is there a hint?
Yeah,
Or,
I'm typing it up.
Oh, okay. So far, I'm guessing it's a water wall.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm just realizing. So I gave the clues to you in the wrong order.
Phenomenal.
I can't
So,
fucking believe this.
so the very first wall, this is the clue that you should have gotten. When the night becomes cold, something in great quantities, with the night comes cold, something in great quantities that can smother even the stubbornest flame. That should have been your hint for the first wall.
Yeah.
The
Well,
hint
they
for the
peed
second wall
on
is the
it, so
hint
it
that
worked out.
Yeah, they did it. They figured it out. This wall's hint is supposed to be fire chases away the one thing it craves the most.
So is the one we're on, well, the one they're on now, the clue they were just trying to figure out?
Oh no. I
So
was so excited to be rid of that clue.
no, because, okay, so it's these two walls are kind of like polar opposites to each other. Right? So the red wall and the blue wall are polar opposites to each other. If you used cold of some sort of cold damage to get rid of the firewall, what do you have to use to get rid of the cold wall?
Probably heat.
And who do you know in the party that runs hotter than everybody else?
Shoves Sasha at the wall.
Take me by the wrist and start pulling me towards the wall, and I'm just kind of like, you just see my heels digging into the ground. No. If Karasev's doing this, like, I'll sure. What am I doing? Am I touching it? If you wanted to hold my hand, all you had to
it
do was
was-
that. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, no, totally guilty.
Sasha, as you draw
Choked on my
closer
teeth.
to the wall,
Yeah.
you notice something, and that it will probably be more beneficial for you if you're in wolf form.
This better not be a waste. All right. I'm gonna I am gonna strip down because I would like to keep my clothing in one piece.
Wait. Hold on. Just before you do that, I want to double check. Nope. Okay. I thought maybe I had the spell Create Fire. Bonfire? That's the one I was looking for. I don't have it. That was Yugen.
I mean, I do
Carry
have
on.
elemental weapon, but also that's a 3rd level spell that I don't want to waste.
Yeah, I get that.
So no, I'm gonna strip down of my stuff and like hand them to Karasev because he's the closest, and then I'll shift to Wolf. Like fold up my clothing, so it's really tiny.
Okay.
And then I'll shift and I'll go for the wall.
Alright, are you shifting into wolf form or are you doing something else?
Just
Sorry, if you said it, I didn't hear you.
I stripped
Oh,
down,
yeah.
passed my clothes to Zara, to Karasef, and then shifted.
Okay. You're pretty sure that in your wolf form, you are probably going to be much safer.
Okay. They're in wolf form and they approach the wall.
Yep. And you approach the wall. It's not comfortable. I definitely won't say that it's comfortable. But it's definitely not the worst thing in the world. You, move forward, and the cold is sort of, it seems to be almost freezing your muscles in place. Or it's trying. And there is a lot of steam being generated here. Q, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right. In 2 seconds. I'm pulling out Sasha's dice for this. That's what he deserves. All right, Sasha's dice. Where's my tray? That's it. Okay, can you not be like that? There we go. Sorry, Constitution save?
Yep.
15 on the die. Con 19.
All right. 19 total?
Yep.
You managed to bust through the wall. Like, you forced your way through the wall.
Okay.
And it shatters like a bunch of... it shatters like glass, but it's ice. Okay? You're not quite safe from damage here, but it's a paltry 5.
Okay.
That 5 you'll take total. Like, it's 10, but you saved, so it's 5. Okay. All right. The next wall is indigo.
It's a raptor.
It's a baby. Actually, no, she'd be fairly big right now.
The clue for this wall. When night is dark, nightmares come to play. They are chased off by the coming dawn.
I don't have anything to do with sunlight. I got moonbeam.
I got light.
Yeah, we could try light.
I'm gonna cast light.
Okay, what are you casting it on?
Fingernail.
Directly on the wall.
I was gonna make my shirt glow.
Okay. I'm not gonna... You said you're gonna make your shirt glow, and all I can picture now is Solaire praising the sun with just a giant glowing shirt.
I don't know who Solaire is.
Dark Souls 1, he was a favorite NPC.
Gotcha.
Do you know the praise the sun memes?
No.
Here you go.
Oh, I'm getting it sent.
I put it in the chat. Like the
In
game
the
chat.
game chat.
I think I've seen a video that utilized that clip before, but I
It's possible.
cool. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So that's,
but yeah,
that's Solaire.
absolutely. But glowing sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, perfect.
Praise the sun. Oh, I used to do that in the morning with coworkers. I miss that. Anyway, moving on. You turn your light. You cast light on your shirt.
And then I approach
you
the wall. Yes.
yes, and you watch as the wall starts to fade, going from indigo to purple to light blue. It fades as if the sun is coming up. This last wall is violet.
Violet. You're turning violet. Violet.
Snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
Thank you.
How about it now?
I cannot stand the first hour of that movie, but the last half hour has so many quotables. It's fantastic.
It is really too bad. Here.
What's too bad?
Read your next clue.
Magic may not always be your solution, but it most certainly can help to rid you of some of the more pesky of your hindrances.
I'll cast magic missile at the wall.
I love that. I love that.
Me too.
Can you cast magic missile?
I don't know.
That honestly makes it better.
I've seen it done, and I'm just gonna try.
Just all the confidence in the world, I'm doing it.
Like
Yes,
that.
I do have it on my spell list.
Alright. You cast magic missile at the wall, and it doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay, what are we being hindered by? That, well, I suppose the wall is hindering us.
It is 100% the wall that is hindering you.
Yes. So how are we going to use magic to remove such a hindrance? What do we have?
Well, Magic Missile is the only offensive spell I know, so I don't know what else to throw at it.
I honestly debated on trying to cast Cause Fear for just a moment. Because leave it to a paladin to want to intimidate a wall.
You will not be able to intimidate a wall to get through this.
Where's the mimic wall that we could intimidate?
Right?
Between the two of us. Yeah, intimidation plus 10. Come on.
No.
Same.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Could just try to go through it.
Does it appear passable? Like,
Well,
can we see through
every
it?
single one of these walls has technically been passable, but they're opaque.
Okay.
So I can see the other side.
No.
No, opaque means you can't see through it.
Ouch, fuck. Sorry.
You were thinking transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the opaqueness bar on freaking like Photoshop screwed everybody.
I can try hitting it with my magic hammer.
You could.
Go for it.
Yeah. You you need to give me a wisdom saving throw, please, sir.
Massive 13.
One,
Oh,
you are
wait,
now
actually,
blind.
do I get the paladin's bonus?
Yes, you're still
Plus
blind.
Okay, so an 18.
So, one, you were blind.
Oh.
Oh, joy.
And then you need to give me a You need to give me a... Charisma saving throw, please. Oh, yeah.
Oof.
So not only are you blind, but you straight up disappear.
What?
Yep.
Oh, fun.
When you arrive wherever it is that you were sent to, you are no longer blind, but you are definitely not where you were.
Well, that's
This is not good.
that's really not good.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. 28 will hit.
Double 28. That's fantastic.
Okay. Hold on to that. Alright, you know what? I think this will be fun.
Oh no.
The area that you have arrived to, Monric, is a great silvery sea above and below, with swirling wisps of white and gray streaking among motes of light like distant stars. Everywhere that you look is vast, empty, and expansive. As you're looking around, you see petrified corpses of long dead titans, and rocks that seem to float and drift along the sea as you see it.
I'm lost.
And I need you to give me another charisma save, please.
Sorry, what was that?
Charisma save, once again. With just your brief glimpse into the astral plane, you are back. And
Let's not do that again.
the wall shatters. And the next doorway is revealed.
Well, let's head on through.
Let's
Where did you go?
through the door.
Monarch, he did ask where you went. I'm not...
Sorry?
Oh, where'd you go? You disappeared for a minute there. Had us worried.
Oh, I have no idea. It was a strange, unending, silvery plain with floating rocks and dead titans.
That's far, far less comforting. than not knowing.
It was kind of scary.
As you're walking down the hallway, you eventually reach an area. It's open. Seems to be almost like a firing range. And before you, resting on a beautiful weapons rack, is a blacker than night bow made of malleable obsidian. Written into the dais it rests on is, every challenge you have faced so far has tested something vital. Ingenuity, agility, and problem solving. The final test is a test of your morality. Before you is the bow of Thanatos. A single arrow from this bow will send someone to Hades directly for judgment. Before you are 5 targets. Hit the targets and you are able to leave. Choose not to, and be stuck here for eternity. After you have finished reading this, the far end of the room opens up and displays your targets. One is Orion. One is Fred. And the other 3 are unknown civilians.
We can't shoot them.
Did you just give us the trolley car?
No.
You totally just gave us the trolley car.
No. Because it's not your friends or the civilians. You have 5 arrows, 5 shots. 5 targets. Hit the targets, you get to leave. Don't hit the targets, be stuck there for eternity.
I'm gonna investigate this space to see if there's any other meaning of targets, 5 things that we can shoot, other than,
Go ahead.
friends and strangers. I'm on the wrong screen. With my shitty investigation skill.
With a 14, nothing else is appearing to you, which seems strange because so far everything else has had sort of a second meaning. Nothing has been just what it is. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the point here is that you have to make a choice.
Anybody else have any other ideas? Because I'm not really willing to shoot our friends.
I'm not willing to either, but I don't have any alternative ideas.
Alright, what does the placard in this room say again?
Every challenge you have faced so far has tested something vital. Ingenuity, agility, and problem solving. The final test is a test of your morality. Before you is the bow of Thanatos. A single arrow from this bow will send someone to Hades directly for judgment. Before you are 5 targets. Hit the targets and you will be able to leave. Choose not to and be stuck here for eternity.
Are they standing on something, or are they, like...
They're hanging from their wrists, kind of deal.
Oh. And what are they hanging from?
You're not sure. You would assume the ceiling.
Yeah.
But you don't see a connection point. You just see that they're hanging.
Do we see, like, rope?
Yeah, could we target the rope, maybe?
It's not rope, it's chain.
Still something.
What do you
Alright.
think?
I feel like there's a point that we all agree on here. And I'm gonna walk over to the bow and I'm gonna attempt to break it over my knee.
It's a malleable bow, so no.
I don't know what that means. Malleable bow means it's a moldable bow.
No, it means because it's made out of obsidian, which is a very rigid material. This
And
bow
very
bends.
exceptionally easy to shatter.
Normally, yes. In this case, no.
We can try shooting the chain, see if that does anything.
Hmm. If you're good enough aim with it to shoot the chain, go for it. Just, don't hit anyone with it. Do we know the stats for the bow so we can roll it?
No, just roll a D100, D20, and I will tell you whether or not you hit. The arrow, falls behind onto the ground. And when you look away, the bow is, or the arrow is back on the rack.
Arrow is back on the rack. Okay. I've got reviewing the phrasing again.
The three of
I've
you
got
can
a
go
dumb
ahead and
idea.
hang on. Give me. You know what? I want to hear your dumb idea before I give you another hit.
Okay. My dumb idea. I'm gonna take one of the arrows, bring it over to one of the people that is dangling, and I'm just gonna knock them in their forearm.
You
Not
can't
stab
reach.
them with it, literally
You
just
can't.
hit, like
You can't get on the
smack
firing
them with
range.
it.
You can't get on the firing range.
Well, cool. I'm totally stuck here for forever.
Give me an insight check, all three of you. Group insight.
Insight with my +0. Let's see this. Oh yes, beautiful.
You're in luck. 24. 17 plus 7.
Nice.
Well, that's good. I
Something-
just got a 2.
Something that you have noticed throughout this entire encounter is that even if you wind up injured, it doesn't last. And if they have disappeared, they have appeared later. You're getting the feeling that while this is a test of your morality, that this may not actually be the bow of Thanatos.
Still not shooting my friends.
I will. Okay. I'm gonna shift from Wolf.
Yep.
Back to human. I'll take my clothes back from Karasov and I'll
Happily hands them over.
Perfect. All right. I will pick up one of the arrows.
Okay.
And I will prick myself in the forearm with it.
Well, the arrow makes you bleed, and then you watch as the cut heals up almost immediately. This is not a very good test for you. Because you're a fucking werewolf.
Hmm.
Who is basically immune to any damage that isn't magical or silver.
So the arrows aren't magical.
Not as far as you can tell. And you're thinking what makes them magical is the use of the bow.
Can I borrow the bow for a second? Who has it? I would like to hold on to it for a second. I
Okay.
will, God, I'm gonna fucking regret this. I will notch it, the arrow, and then I will aim down and try and shoot myself in the foot.
I apologize, sorry. Repeat to me what you're doing?
I take the bow,
Yeah,
I notch the arrow,
yeah.
and then I try to shoot myself in the foot.
Give me a dexterity save?
So that is 16.
Okay. So, yes, you do manage to shoot yourself in the foot, although it was a much more difficult feat than you were expecting. Something, as soon as you started drawing the bow back, made you want to shoot at the targets downrange.
Okay. Did I shoot myself in the foot?
Yes.
Did anything happen?
No. And you're thinking now that it might have something to do with the fact that you are not restrained by chains, which are also of the same obsidian that has been in this entire building the whole time you've been here.
Well, my idea was to try and just let myself go instead to see what happened, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I got nothing. Everything in here says shoot the people down there. I'm not gonna shoot the people down there.
Call down to Orion. Can he hear us?
No, because he doesn't seem to be conscious. Matter of fact, none of them do.
Do we risk shooting Orion?
If anybody's going to go to Hades and come back, it's probably going to be him. Or it'll be them. Sorry, Sasha's respectful.
Are you gonna aim at Orion?
No.
Well, I have no other ideas.
This is the encounter that always winds up tripping everybody up in this thing. It's this one.
I don't think that it's tripping us up. It's that none of us, as the characters, are willing to do it.
I know.
Shooting innocents or friends is against what Karasov stands for. So he absolutely won't. So he's stuck here forever. We can't reach them to rescue them. We can't affect anything else in the room. And even the bow, when held, is encouraging us to aim at our friends. I don't think any of us are doing it.
All right. So here's the real question to the party. And I don't think I've ever actually had a group that chooses not to do this. Are you choosing not to fire the gun? Fire the bow.
At a friend or presumed innocent? Absolutely refusing.
Okay,
I
there's
am
one that
anyway.
refuses.
I can't speak for the other
Yep,
two.
that's one that refuses.
I still haven't made up my mind.
Okay.
I'm disinclined to do it.
I'm
But
disinclined to
if there's a
acquiesce to your
loophole
request.
somewhere, we should just
Sasha?
figure out what it really wants.
Like, I've tried to literally shoot myself in the foot, and it just didn't allow that, even though it is technically being shot by the bow. So,
Sorry, Q. I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that for me again?
is my volume down for you?
No,
Like,
no,
is
my
like what's happening?
No, my brain's just not processing fucking English tonight. Repeat for me one more time.
I had to shoot myself in the foot to try and make sure that I'm not like shooting at these people instead. So like, I don't know.
So we have one for sure that is saying no, and we have two that are unsure about whether or not they're going to take the shots.
I tried to remove the option to be able to take the shots. And apparently can't.
I know. To remind you, Sasha, something about this tells you that this is not the bow of Thanatos, and that anybody who has disappeared previously is most likely to reappear again later.
Reappear again later. Okay, fine. Give me the bow. I'll shoot it.
You still have the bow.
Okay, I shoot it.
Who are you aiming at first?
One of the randoms that I don't know.
The area above said civilian lights up, and the body sort of disintegrates in a fine charcoal-like mist.
fucking created this is literally going to feel my wrath. Okay, I just shoot everyone.
Roll me a D100, please, dear.
Roll. Yeah, okay, 53.
You shoot them in rapid fire succession, noticing that every time the arrow has landed in one of the people downrange, it has wound up not coming back. Once you have finished that particular task, the lights go out, and the door behind you opens again. As you proceed through, you arrive in a small throne room with a man sitting on the throne. Seated next to him are both Fred and Orion.
They're so lucky I'm out of fucking arrows.
The Titan is dressed in what you would expect of the ancient Titans. And you approach. Orion, you are awake here, by the way. You have watched them go through the entirety of this, sitting next to your creator. Fred is also awake, but given that my mom's not here, we're not gonna move her around too much. Prometheus sort of sits there, with his arms crossed. No, sorry. He sits there sort of like chin resting on one fist as he regards you as you approach. It's good to see that you passed the tests to arrive here. It is unfortunate that my creation was rendered incapacitated so early. I'm sure he would have been a great help with the insight into how best to handle this.
I just want to go on record and say that this place sucks.
Yeah, what was the point of these tests?
I'm starting to get why some people don't like you.
You don't have to like me to respect me. Because you wouldn't
I'm not
exist.
sure that's there either.
You wouldn't exist without me. Who is it that you think gave you fire? Who is it that created you in our likeness? It wasn't your gods. So without me, you wouldn't be here disrespecting me. Watch your tongue. To answer your question, tests were there for you to prove yourself worthy of this last piece.
Oh?
And on the arm of his throne is the final relic that you were searching for. Does anybody remember which one it is that's supposed to be here? Because I don't
No.
remember. Oh, right, you're
It
missing,
is
wasn't it Poseidon's
trident.
trident?
You know, I was thinking trident, but I didn't want to be wrong.
It is the trident resting on the arm of his chair.
So what sort of tests do we need to go through to get the trident?
Nothing. You've already passed them. All of them. You have proven to be quick on your feet, good with your mind, and I'm sure after you explain some of the riddles to my progeny, they will be able to help you just fine. Especially with some of the more difficult of those walls that you faced. Be aware, you will be seeing that again.
Well, we have to leave the same way we came in.
No, I'm not that cruel. No, you'll encounter it later. It is something that I put together. He did not say that I could not. And so I have put it together as a way to extract my revenge on him. Because I am not an errand boy. Nor am I somebody's pathetic secret keeper.
Whose secrets are you keeping? Or are you not keeping?
Can't tell you.
God, you can't just ask somebody to give away their secrets, Karasa. Kidding.
You're the one that brought it up.
That's true.
If
No,
they
absolutely.
didn't want to talk about the secret, they wouldn't have talked
It's
about
one
the
of those,
secret.
like, he wishes he could, but it's one of those, like, magically binding contracts that's preventing him from doing so.
Chalk it up to one of life's mysteries, then. Where's the exit?
He gestures to a doorway to the left. Orion. Otter, my dear. Before your unhappy paladins and fighter decide to leave, is there anything that you would like to say to your creator before you exit the facility?
I have nothing to say to them.
Okay.
Quite honestly, if I've been awake for any period of time, I've refused to answer anything they've said. And the moment they give us the ability to leave, I will stand up and walk towards the door.
All right. Well, you do so, and you have all departed.
He abandoned me. I have nothing to say to this person.
I'm just going to follow Orion.
Okay. Once you have left, you now have all 7. I'm assuming in the lead-lined bags is where you put them?
Well, once we
Oh, for
have
sure.
them again.
Oh yeah, did we get all our stuff back?
Well, yes, once you exit back to the front door where your stuff was stashed safely. You
right,
put
right.
your
I've
hand
got the
over
mansion.
the front door.
Yeah, I forgot about the mansion.
Oh, did you guys leave it in the mansion?
We
Yeah.
did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so once you're back in the mansion, then you're good to go. And you do. You pick up your stuff, And away you go. The only problem is you don't know where you've got to find the person who's, well, doing all of this stuff.
Well, I certainly have an idea. It's probably not a very good one.
Oh.
With pieces of the corruption, each of these items have had some kind of ichor on them. And in the past, when I have touched it, be it accidentally or on purpose, I was granted a vision. I'm wondering if, now that all of the pieces are collected, if I was to pool that into a singular and see what happens if I interact with it.
Okay.
Unless my party tells me not to, that is my current plan of action.
I feel like we should be somewhere safe when we do that.
The mansion is here for 24 hours. No one else can come in.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, I will pull all of the relics out of the lead-lined bag and carefully scoop the bits of ichor from each of them into the cornucopia, as it's the only one that is a vessel that can hold stuff.
So, even though the ichor is on these particular pieces, it's not so much that you can scrape them off, it more acts like a denotation of corruption.
Ah, well, I will put them all in a pile and just touch the pile with my hands.
As you do so, you are met with a clear image. An old, desiccated temple. A body on the altar, strapped in, with stakes of obsidian. A hooded figure behind the altar. Facing you, but the way that the hood is pulled forward, you can't see their face. Muttering something ritualistic. And I need you to give me a perception check, please, Orion.
Ooh, I'm bad at these. Is this relying on vision?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. That's a total of 8. That was a
You
2 and a 6 plus 2.
Fucking yikes. It's a good thing you know who this is. The man on the altar is Ares, the god of war. And he seems to be unconscious. You're getting the feeling you're watching this in real time, as opposed to a vision of the past. And you watch as the slate that is the altar lifts up. And Ares, still staked in place, is slid back into a recess behind the altar. And you watch as a wall of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and then red goes up in front of him. When the figure turns around and faces you, he pulls his hood down. Standing in front of you is an old friend that you haven't seen in a very long time.
Who is it?
I gotta pull up the notes that we talked about. Hold on.
It's the Sphinx.
Did I do the smart thing and pin it? No, because why would I do that? That would have been smart.
If I can make life easier, are you referring to the Titan worshipper?
Hang on.
Rodri?
Yes. Facing you is Rodri. Rodri, however, does not look like himself as you knew him. You knew him back when he was a Triton. His skin blue, gills, the whole 9 yards. But
I knew him as a human.
I don't know what to tell you. His skin was blue.
Yeah, the
Based on our
second
notes, his skin was blue.
The second vision I had was of him as a Triton, which was new for me at that time.
Okay. We're gonna go with him being a Triton the entire time.
Okie dokie.
Maybe the first time he met you, he was covered in an illusion that made him look human, but he still went by the same name. And then the second time you would have met him, he would have been without said illusion. Let's go with that. I think that fixes that little plot hole the best. Yeah. You recognize this person. Hands down. And, yeah. So, you are, you are faced with a friend of old. Or an acquaintance of old. Maybe.
What
But
does he
do
look
not.
like now that's so different?
He looks deathly gaunt. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3 yet, Otter?
I have played so much of Baldur's Gate 3. Are you talking about Old Man Withers?
Yes, I am. That is exactly what he looks like now.
Sweet. If I pay him money, can I resurrect some people I haven't seen in a while?
No.
That's a shame.
He is not technically your friend right now.
I have the 200 gold Withers.
Dealing with Orion's ancient friends would make for a very interesting, dinner party, camping trip.
I mean, we've already tried that with a greater demon.
Oh, I know.
So yeah. He looks gaunt, deathly, and as if he might actually be some form of lich.
Lovely. Do I have any idea, based on this vision, where this may be?
Yes. Sorry. I was rubbing my eyes. When you look up, it is, overhead, it is in a temple of Erebus. And you know of one from back when you were around the first time. And it seems fitting that that would be the space of your final confrontation with Rodri. Because that was where you met him the first time.
Mm.
It's north of Uver. I don't currently have a spot for it on the map. So
Nope. Me just
but it
trying to
is-
remember how the heck to spell Uver. There we go.
it's Jouver. However, you have a slight problem. You have these particular MacGuffins, and you don't know what to do with them. They're clearly important. They clearly have something to do with Rodri. And you're thinking it's pretty significant.
Sure do. Couldn't tell you what that might be for, though.
Nope.
But when I do lift my hands from the relics, I look to my party. I think I know where we must go and who we are. I wouldn't say I know them now. I knew them then. I believe I know the being that we're dealing with. They go by the name of Rodri. At least they did. Last I saw of them, they were trying to teach and spread worship of the Titans. But that was a very long time ago. Not sure how or why they're alive. They look in very bad shape. But they seem to be in a temple of Erebus that, if I'm remembering correctly, the only one I know offhand was last seen north of what we now call Uver. So, yeah. I'm not sure what significance these relics have in facing them. But there has to be some reason we collected all of these.
And not just because the DM told you to.
Yes, God told us we needed these items, and here we are. Well, either we need to consult some kind of library or someone who has comprehension of magic beyond us, or what's left of the pantheon that has not gone into hiding. There are always the old ones, if they are still around. Gaia still exists. Chaos, I think they go by these days, still exists. As far as my understanding, they were here first. As far as reaching out to them, I don't know. If I had some time, I could prepare a spell. But those are yes-no questions, and I can't really ask much past that.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
based on that information,
that's
party.
what I've said to the party.
What do you have in response?
I've got no idea what to make of that.
Yeah, we need to take this guy out, I guess, but well, yeah, as long as we can find him.
Well,
I'm for it.
I know where the temple is. Or where it was.
Go save war.
That's my dad.
Yes. Orion would have divulged what they saw in the vision with Ares. Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, apologies. I didn't even realize that wasn't included in your description in the first
Yep.
place.
No, it definitely was. Me just forgot to say it. I would not have left that out.
Gotcha.
I mean, from Skegness, we've got a bit of a hike to get back to Uver.
And you have questions for somebody who may know more about particular magics than you do currently. Something that was suggested to you to head back to Jongvale, where it has the most comprehensive library currently known to man.
Oh,
yes.
That's just
Orion's mighty distraction.
a whole hike away. Oh, should have taken teleport. Should have done it. But if we're seeking knowledge from a library, Jongvale would have the most comprehensive knowledge.
Mm-hmm. You get the feeling that if perhaps he went back to Golden Lead, they might have some materials and somebody smart enough to teleport you where you need to go. And cut your travel time down significantly.
I relay that to the party.
Who are we calling in a favor from?
Golden Lead, the town we just freed from the maze.
Well, they've had nothing but time to practice, I suppose.
Well, it'll take us about a week to get there. And hopefully find something while we're there, but it's worth a try.
Let's get going.
What time of day is it? Because we still have the mansion up for 24 hours.
It's evening.
Okay. Well, we can certainly rest here and head out in the morning.
Sure, I could use a rest.
You settle in for a rest in the mansion knowing you're safe.
If anyone needs anything throughout the evening, there's a rope pull in any of the rooms. And they'll reach up and pull one. And just a random race spectral being shows up. Tell them anything you need, they'll bring it to you. It'll disappear once the spell ends, but if you want food, if you need extra blankets, more pillows.
Did you make a Meeseeks rope?
Kinda, sorta, but it's not all the same being. Each time you pull the rope, it's a different race, from ones you may know and some you may not recognize, that is. But they'll understand what you say and will get you anything you need.
Gotcha.
And before I head to bed, I'm going to shoot a sending to Elida.
Okay.
If you're available, your insight would be much appreciated. We have quite the conundrum. Can you meet us in Jongvale in about a week?
Her response is, it may take me longer than a week, but it should not take me more than a week and a half. I understand time is of the essence, but I am halfway around the world at the moment. It is the best that I can do.
Oh, yep, I'm going to bed anyway. I'll burn one more to respond. Understandable. This deals with the being taking on the immortality that is the gods. If you can, haste is appreciated. If not, hopefully we will meet you there.
All right, I will do my best to be there in a week.
And I'm going to bed.
When you is anybody else doing anything during the night?
Nope.
Eat, drink, go to bed.
Pretty much,
You-
it's been like a long couple weeks.
Okay. You replenish yourself, settle in, sleep. Enjoy your long rest. When you awake again, it is to peace, quiet, and tranquility. When you have exited the mansion, the Temple of Prometheus is no longer there.
Good.
And nothing was lost.
Orion immediately seems in better spirits walking out of the mansion and the temple not being there.
You know, I know you can't really make expressions, but I swear you're smiling right now.
I'm just glad that's over with. I don't really. We should go. And yes, I'm very glad it's gone.
Let's get gone.
Alright, you head out to Golden Lead. Much like before, it takes you a week to get there.
Woo! This time I can actually mark those days down.
Yes. And when you arrive in Golden Lead, the city is a bustle. There is tourists, well, not tourists, but like there is definitely people that weren't there before. It's as if trade routes have managed to actually open back up now that everything is no longer a crazy maze, keeping the town in lockdown.
Well, I guess
And-
the easiest place to start would probably be the magic shop we went to previously.
Yes.
Lovely.
You head to the magic shop. He is a bustle, seems to be making some sort of alchemic formula of some kind. And you find him in good spirits as he asks what he can do for you.
Well, good to see you. Glad the town seems to be doing a little better off than last we were here.
Aye.
I was hoping either you could help us directly, or point us in the right direction. We are hoping there's someone here in the city who would have either the wares or the knowledge to magically send us to a different city. We need to reach Jongvale in haste.
I might be able to help. It may take me a day. I need to figure out the exact runes to use to get you where you need to go.
If there's any way I can help, I'm pretty good with runes.
I will let you know. Let me do some research and see what I can come up with.
Okay. Can you recommend an inn?
Yes. You'll want the Leaf and Flower. It is one of the best inns in town, serves some of the best food. It is a dry inn, so if you're looking for alcohol, I might suggest for your other party members the Rose and Thorn Tavern. They can procure drinks there, and you can spend the night in the Did I say Vine and Flower?
You said Leaf and Flower and Rose and
Leaf
Thorn.
and Flower. I'm sorry, I was like making that shit up as I went, and I was just like, what?
I look to the
Straight
party.
up forgot what I said.
Is ale on the menu today?
Why not?
Okay.
Sure.
Well, the Rose and Thorn is also an inn, or is that just a tavern?
Rosenden is just a tavern.
Okay. Well, we will procure rooms at the Leaf and Flower, send word there when you have information. And we'll either be there or at the Rose and Thorn. I don't know. Either we will make our way to the Leaf and Flower throughout the day.
Okay.
And I put a platinum on the counter and say, haste would be greatly appreciated.
He looks at the platinum and just gives you a nod before he turns, and you hear him call the name of an assistant you didn't meet last time. And they immediately start scouring the books to find the appropriate sigils needed. You head to... Are you heading to the inn for alcohol or the tavern... Sorry, the inn for food and bed, or the tavern for alcohol and food? You can like procure food in either place. You just can't sleep in the tavern.
Well, if you guys would like to get some food, I can go procure us some rooms. It seems like we might be spending the night.
All right.
So I will
Right.
head towards the Leaf and Flower to get rooms.
Okay, and I'm assuming the rest of you head for food.
Yeah,
Okay,
I am
perfect.
anyway.
You would all need to eat after a day of travel. It's not difficult to get some food. It costs you like 2 silver pieces for a decent meal. And like 6 copper pieces for a decent cup of ale. And your night passes without incident unless somebody is planning to get into a fight.
Not I.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
As you settle in for the night, safe, warm in your beds, Orion curled up next to the fire reading. Karasef,
Ruh-roh.
when you close your eyes, it is dark. When you open them again, you are at the top of a mountain.
Am I cold? It's usually cold at the top of a mountain.
No, you aren't.
Oh, that's relief. I look around.
Your 2 goddesses are up there.
Proper greeting for a goddess.
So you plan to see this through, Karasef?
See what in particular through.
Your deal with Thanatos.
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice.
What would that choice be?
Well,
'Cause
the
I sure
question
didn't
is,
feel one.
the question is not so much what is the choice, but what you might offer in exchange. You know how Thanatos feels about those who elude him. And his call for death. You remember what happened to the pair of siblings, the tieflings?
Yes.
He does not take kindly to those who have eluded him for years, and the creature you are about to fight has eluded him for centuries.
Are you saying that providing proof of this being's death might get me out of said deal?
Consider it an exchange. Instead of killing him, keep him alive. Use him as a bargaining chip.
So you're saying capture him?
Yes.
Any recommendations on how?
It will be a long, hard struggle ahead of you. A struggle that you might circumvent by destroying things in the moment.
What?
Things have a particular affinity when they're counted in the number 7. And I can't tell you exactly what I mean. That's not how this works.
Could you further the hint as to when?
No. You will know the
Okay.
time. You are a smart man. It was why we chose you to begin with.
This
And
is
if
over
you...
at intelligence score of 12. Yep.
Yes, you are a smart man. Has an intelligence score of 12. Alright. I mean, you can still be smart and not have, like, the highest intelligence.
Oh no, I got you. It was just a fun little moment.
Yeah. I got you. So, remember, you will be able to put it together once you see what is going to occur when you get to the Temple of Erebus. Keep him alive. Offer him to Thanos. Thanatos. Offer him to Thanatos in exchange for your deal. 150 years may not be very long for eternity, but I don't think you're ready to leave just yet.
You'd be correct in that.
We usually are.
Undoubtedly.
The gods are concerned. The god of war is missing.
God, war is missing. We're on our way to him.
Make as much haste as you can. Ares is strong, but this creature... We
If
are
things go... I didn't realize you weren't done. My apologies.
It's okay. We are unsure as to how long he might be able to hold out.
Okay. We should, if things go appropriately, we should be there, or at least near, by the end of tomorrow.
Good. I hope you know what you're doing.
Me too.
I would say if you need assistance, call out. But we cannot guarantee we will be able to help.
Okay.
Mostly because we cannot guarantee that we will be able to do anything. Without getting caught up in the conflict. It is not that we wish to stay out of it, but if this creature was to get a hold of our power, well, we cannot even begin to estimate how that will change things for you all. Does that make sense?
It could take your power?
Well, why do you think he's been killing the gods?
Karasef in his head is like, you don't want me to answer that. But no, I was unsure. I could think of any number of reasons a villain might want to.
Yes, he's been consuming their power and killing them. Careful. You may not be a god, but you do have access to powers potentially beyond your comprehension.
Oh?
Oh, if I told you the answer to that, wouldn't be much of a surprise, now would it?
You never do make it easy. But it usually makes the journey worth it.
Where's the fun in that?
Exactly.
Good luck. We look forward
Thank
to
you.
seeing you on the other side. Do not let us down, Karasef.
I will try my mightiest.
And when you open your eyes again, you are back in your room. Q, remind me which god you were affiliated with? Was it Ares?
Hermes.
Hermes. For you, when you close your eyes and open them back up again, you are on a I want to figure out how I want to describe this area, because this is like the first interaction you've had with Hermes.
Your interaction with Hermes at a wedding.
Sorry, like in his realm, kind of deal.
Hmm.
Hermes is his area is filled with scrolls. And you're realizing they're scrolls of people's lives. They're like the scrolls of basically what amounts to their souls. Right? And they are strewn everywhere. It looks to be incredibly disorganized. And you regard all of this mess. And it's not like him to be so disorganized. There are pairs of his winged shoes sort of just flying around in the air and sort of like really just out of it everywhere.
Around in the air like they just don't care.
Yeah, kinda. And you actually don't see Hermes. He's not there. What you find instead is a letter addressed to you. The letter reads, Sasha, I'm sorry this is how we have to meet once again. I've had to go into hiding. If this creature were to get a hold of my power, nobody would be able to escape him ever again. Understand that this is not going to be an easy fight. There is one thing that I can tell you, and it's important. If you find that magic does not work, sometimes it is the mundane and the ordinary that will work the best. I hope to see you soon. Signed, Hermes.
Wait to tell Nikita that I've been in contact with Hermes. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. You then, sorry, when you wake, you are back in your room. Mavic. Monray. Your godly vision is of a cold forge. Something that should not be happening. The forge is completely cold. There is no fire. There's no sound. Settled on the desk, ahead of you is a placard. And the placard reads, "Until the conflict is resolved, the forge is closed." You get the feeling that Hephaestus does not wish to lose any more of his friends, the other gods, in this conflict, and will not outfit anymore. Seated on the counter is a well-crafted and well-loved sword. It is a long sword. No magical properties, no godly powers. It is just a sword, with your family crest stamped near the hilt on the blade. Are you going to take it? Are you
Mic
muted?
on? Monric, can you hear us?
Maybe.
I feel like it's safe to say he takes the sword, but we can always leave the choice for when he comes back.
Yeah. Otter, you don't have a godly interaction, because it is clear that the god that you would have been closely associated with is no longer there. And the Titan, you have chosen to have nothing more to do with him. Instead, you are left to read. In the morning, you go back to the instead you go in the sorry bleh, words in the morning. I can English, I swear to fucking God. In the morning, you head to the magic shop after having breakfast, and the floor has been cleared, and on the floor is a complicated set of sigils. And it is set as a teleportation circle. And you are faced with the tired but satisfied expression of the shopkeep and their apprentice. All right, if you're ready, we will just have you step here on the circle, and we will go from there. Took me all night, but these sigils are correct. This will take you to Jongvale, directly to the Dontar Mansion.
Greatly appreciated.
Think I may close the shop for the rest of the day. Come on, before we fall asleep.
What?
He said, come on, before we fall asleep, because they've been up all night trying to do this.
Oh.
Well, I trust in their process. I'm just going to stand in the center of the circle.
Okay, once you guys are all in the circle, it is the weirdest feeling being teleported. Like a hook was sort of just put in behind your navel and tugged. And one moment you're in golden lead, and the next moment, I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Do we get the +5 because we're all next to our paladins?
Technically, yes, but in this case, no.
7.
Okay?
I would have died if I rolled another 1.
I would have laughed if you rolled another one.
17.
So how much Q?
17.
Okay. Otter?
With disadvantage, 14.
Those of you that can throw up, with the exception of Sasha, do so.
Oh.
Those that can't, you're left feeling very disoriented. Teleportation magic is not an exact, even though it's supposed to be an exact science, in this realm, it's not an exact science. It is why everybody chooses instead to just take the journey. Unless they have an absolutely dire need to take that particular brand of magic. Okay? You eventually find yourself, hang on, I'm just trying to think of how I want to, describe this. Once you've sort of cleared out your vision and you can realize where you are in an unknown room, in a place it smells like Jongvale. Jongvale had a particular scent. I mean, it smelled like a seaside town, so there's the smell of salt in the air. Fresh, clean, clear. And as you look out the window, the sun is up. It did not succumb once again to the darkness. You hear a racing of feet, and eventually eventually the door bursts open as Rollin stands there confused as to how in the hell you guys just wound up in their teleportation room. Where did you come from?
Lovely room you have here. Could have told us about this when we visited last.
The amount of magic and skill it takes to use this is not something I offer lightly.
Ah.
It's, actually not really something I offer at all.
Well,
It's dangerous magic. One wrong rune and I can send you directly into a mountain.
been there.
No, I mean directly into the rock. You're dead as soon as you arrive.
I know what I said.
I shouldn't be laughing at that, but oh my god.
Well, I guess 2 things. Well, 3. We'll start with easy questions. We're here hoping you might be able to offer us help and insight into a problem.
What do you have? What's your problem?
We know what's threatening the Pantheon.
Okay.
And we are not sure how a set of items we've recovered lay into that.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, we may need to ask of you to use this circle again in the near future. If we do
Depends
find...
on where you want to go. If I don't
if-
have the runes for where you want to go, I can't help you.
Uver, or at least closer to Uver.
That is something I can do.
And then the weird question, has a sphinx come looking for me?
No, I can't say that we have had a Sphinx visit yet. Although, knowing you, I'm sure she won't be very much longer.
Well, if and when she does, she is a friend. She knows how to find me, so if she is in fact coming, she'll make her way here.
Good to know. We will keep an eye out for the Sphinx. Hopefully, we'll put an alert out to the guards and make sure that she doesn't wind up attacked unwittingly.
Okay,
You watch him pause for a moment before he gives you a nod and tells you that it's done.
And then if we have time, I have an item I think you would really like to see.
Uh-huh.
And I produce the Tome of the Stilled Tongue from my bag.
You watch his eyes go wide.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
We will have plenty of time to catch up and dive into this, but first we have important things we should be focusing on.
Tell me exactly what you need, and I will see I will see that it gets done. Meanwhile, I'm going to change the runes here, so as to prep for the deportation to Uver. I am not sure exactly where it's going to land you. Uver is no longer in one piece. There may be a bit of falling.
We were there.
Yes. There may be a bit of falling involved, depending on where you wind up. I wish I could give you a better landing spot, but I can't guarantee it.
And I will debrief them on the knowledge that we've received the last wee bit.
Okay.
Also, question for the DM.
Answer for the player.
This might just be my brain. I don't know of the dream Karasef had. He has yet to say he shared that with the party. But you said 7 is an important number, but I only see... If that's in reference to the artifacts, we only have 6 artifacts.
I know.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was me and my brain being crazy or this means something else. I have no freaking idea, but yeah.
I full on thought we had 7 of those.
No, I know you have 6. I know you have 6. There is a reason why she said it that way, and you will figure it out. I know you will.
Okay.
This is definitely not something I just want to hand you, because I feel like you're going to feel much more accomplished when you figure it out on your own.
Oh, no worries. I was just clarifying that we, in fact, have only recovered 6 artifacts.
That's
correct. All I was
There's
looking
only
for.
6,
Okay.
There is only 6 to recover. Normally, I'd let you try and scour to see if you could find 7, but we've only got 3 episodes, and we're almost done with the first of 3. So,
but yes,
to keep us on track.
I debrief them. with all of the knowledge.
Okay.
And show them of the relics I have.
Okay. He gets a weird sort of questioning look on his face before he actually calls for his daughter. And when she arrives, she takes one look at the relics and the information that you have shown to her father, and gives a small hum of, you know, when somebody's like trying to figure something out and they'll like hum quietly to themselves as they're attempting to figure out whatever it is that they needed to figure out?
Oh yeah.
That's what she's doing. And then she moves off to the library because she's pretty sure she knows where the book is that she wants. She is gone for almost 2 hours, during which the two of you continue to work together on this particular problem. The other three that are in the party are welcome to also offer their suggestions and their ideas in regards to how you're all going to handle this. All ideas are welcome. You know, it's not like, oh, we're just going to ignore everybody else in the room. Like, you know, if you have a suggestion, by all means. Like, how are you supposed to defeat this being that is killing the gods?
Yes, absolutely. If anyone has insight of any type or thoughts, please do share. At a bit of a loss looking at these. And you know, I don't know if this is actually going to lead anywhere, but I would like to throw a quick prayer out there to Chaos, humbly beseeching them, if they are willing, for an audience.
Okay. Well, you throw that out there.
Yep. Whether it goes anywhere, who knows? But I'm throwing it. I'm throwing a Hail Mary out there for giggles. See what happens.
Yep. Huh. Good idea. We'll see what happens with that. Because what could possibly go wrong with messaging the embodiment of chaos?
The original the oldest of the old ones, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah. I know what I have planned, but we'll see if anything comes of it.
Let's hope so. Alright. She comes back with a book. And it is a book that sort of talks about something strange. It talks about a way to elongate your life. In such a way as to not necessarily... It's a fail-safe, basically. So that if, for some reason, you are killed, perhaps you can actually come back.
Like a reliquary?
Sort of.
Or a Horcrux?
Yeah, think closer to that one.
Okay. Interesting. So, if I'm reading this correctly, by putting essence into an item, they can extend their life as long as those items stay intact?
As long as those items exist, they can extend their lives. At least that's what I've been able to determine based on what you've told me. And if that is true, then they would have probably picked something that is important to them. And then hidden them where it couldn't be found. Probably under lethal protection. Which is when you all remember the hassle you've gone through for pretty much every single one of these things. Nearly dying. You know. The whole 9 yards.
Well, how would one destroy these items?
That I am not entirely sure. It doesn't have an explanation on how to destroy them, merely that you can.
Well, wouldn't hurt to give it a go. Hey, Monric.
Is he back yet?
Are you there? No? Should we give him a ping in Discord?
Maybe.
Well, usually Monric's the one to use a hammer.
If you're going to destroy it, I'm going to ask that you don't try and do that in my house.
What about a
Matter of
house inside of your house?
As long as the explosion is not going to affect my house or my city, by all means.
I'm sorry,
To
are
the-
you off somewhere doing this, or am I there with you?
No, you guys are all there.
We're all the same place.
Okay, well, I don't think we should destroy those yet, and I tell them about my dream. I
Oh,
realize we only have 6, but perhaps there is another.
Could the 7th be the man himself?
That seems to be my best understanding from the book. I think that the 7th, because you can't be soulless. Everything has a soul. After all, however, how else would Thanatos be able to find you? Which means that this creature must be the 7th part. Must have the soul.
Well, that's certainly an interesting way to go about it. Hmm.
So what do you suggest?
Well, it seems Karasef's patrons took great risk to bring him that information. It would seem now is not yet the time to attempt to destroy these. But you will know when the time is right then.
One can hope.
Alright. Well, I need to research the appropriate sigils for Hubert. And you're waiting for your Sphinx to arrive.
Indeed.
You are welcome to stay here in the mansion. I'll have rooms made up for you. Until then, if you're willing to help, stick around. Otherwise, enjoy the city. And with that in place, that's where we're going to call it tonight. When we come back, the next 2 episodes, we're going to do a little fast tracking. Get the party to the BBEG. And see how everything goes from there.
Oh.
Ladies and gents, do you remember that COVID is picking up its swing again? And before I start my outro, we always like to thank our sponsors, D&D Beyond, that is D, the letter N, dbeyond.com, as well as Effects May Vary, a local band here in Toronto, and our patrons on Patreon. The one who getting the shout out is my mom, who is unfortunately not here. She's enjoying a anniversary trip with my dad in Portugal. So COVID is hitting another upswing, so please, guys, do remember, wear a mask if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling comfortable. Wash your hands. Sanitize if you can't. Be kind to one another. And roar for initiative. We'll see you guys next week.